chosen one. This is who you will soon become, even you won't recognize yourself. You are not becoming someone new by accident, and you are not walking through these emotions without purpose, because God, through the love of Lord Jesus Christ, is shaping you in ways that go far beyond what your eyes can see right now. This transformation may feel slow, and sometimes it may even feel confusing, but deep within your soul, there is a quiet knowing that something sacred is taking place. Type yes to affirm. There is a calm whisper inside you, and it reminds you that you are being prepared for something that will make you look back one day and feel amazed at how far you have come. In this moment, take a second to gently support this journey by liking this video, because it helps spread this message of hope and love to someone else who may be quietly waiting for a sign from God. Your small action can become someone else's answered prayer, and that is something truly beautiful in the eyes of heaven. There was a time when you felt unsure about your path, and there were moments when fear tried to convince you that you would always remain the same, but God never intended for you to stay in one place forever. He created you with a purpose that grows, a heart that learns, and a spirit that rises even after the heaviest storms. The love of Jesus has been quietly surrounding you, even in your weakest days, holding you together when you felt like you might fall apart without anyone noticing. Please subscribe to this channel if you trust in God's plan. You may not fully understand why certain things had to leave your life, or why some doors closed without warning, but each of those moments was gently guiding you toward the person you are becoming now. God removes what no longer serves your soul, and He replaces it with peace, strength, and a deeper sense of who you are meant to be. This process may feel uncomfortable at times, but it is never without love, and it is never without purpose. There is a quiet strength growing inside you that cannot be seen from the outside, and it is changing the way you think, the way you feel, and even the way you carry yourself through the world. You are learning to let go of fear, and you are slowly beginning to trust the path that God has placed before you. The person you are becoming is not defined by your past, and it is not limited by your doubts, because God's plan for you is far greater than anything you once believed about yourself. You are becoming someone who walks with peace even in uncertain moments, someone who chooses faith even when the outcome is not clear, and someone who carries love even after experiencing pain. This change is not loud, and it does not need to be, because true transformation often happens in silence, where only God can see the depth of what is taking place inside your heart. Type 999 if you believe. There will come a time very soon when you will look at yourself and realize that you no longer react the same way, you no longer think the same way, and you no longer feel the same way about things that once held power over you. This realization will not feel strange, but instead it will feel like coming home to a version of yourself that was always meant to exist. The presence of Jesus in your life is not just something you believe in, but something that is actively working within you, guiding your steps, softening your heart, and reminding you that you are never alone in this journey. His love is shaping you with patience, and His grace is allowing you to grow without fear of failure. You are not losing yourself in this process, but you are finding your true self, the one that God created with intention, love, and purpose. This version of you is stronger, kinder, and more peaceful, and it carries a light that others will begin to notice even before you fully understand it yourself. As you continue walking this path, there will be moments when you feel overwhelmed by how much has changed, but those moments will also remind you that God has been working in your life all along. Every step forward, no matter how small it feels, is a step closer to the person you are meant to become. This journey is not about perfection, and it is not about becoming someone unreachable, but it is about becoming more aligned with the love and truth that God has placed inside you from the very beginning. You are growing into someone who reflects His peace, His kindness, and His quiet strength in ways that feel natural and real. There is something beautiful about the way God transforms a heart, because He does not rush the process, and He does not force change, but instead, He gently leads you, step by step, into a life that feels fuller, deeper, and more meaningful than anything you have known before. The person you are becoming will not be recognized by your old fears, and it will not be limited by your past struggles, because God is creating something new within you, something that carries hope, healing, and a sense of purpose that cannot be taken away. Most people ignored this strange 7-second exercise when they first heard about it. That changed when stories began surfacing from people who had paid off debt, upgraded their lifestyles, purchased new homes, and experienced unexpected financial improvements. A recently surfaced CIA document points to an unusual brainwave process that is rapidly gaining attention online. Reports claim that 4 separate neuroscience research teams examined the method and found evidence that it may help shift mental patterns connected to wealth, opportunity, and personal success. Those who once struggled financially now say money seems to appear in ways they never anticipated. As interest grows, information about this method is becoming increasingly difficult to find. Click the link in the description and comments below to learn what everyone is talking about. As you move forward, allow yourself to trust this process, and allow yourself to feel the peace that comes from knowing that God is in control. Even when everything around you feels uncertain, there is a quiet confidence growing inside you, and it is reminding you that you are exactly where you need to be right now. This transformation is not just about change, but about becoming whole, becoming peaceful, and becoming someone who lives with faith, love, and a deep connection to God. You are stepping into a new chapter of your life, and even though it may feel unfamiliar, it is filled with promise, light, and the presence of something truly divine. The presence of God within you is becoming clearer, not through loud signs or dramatic events, but through a deep and steady peace that starts to replace the chaos you once carried. There was a time when your heart felt heavy with confusion, and your mind was filled with questions that seemed to have no answers, but now, something is different. There is a calm strength rising inside you, and it feels like a quiet promise that everything is slowly coming into place. You are beginning to notice that the things which once disturbed your peace no longer have the same hold over you, and the fears that once felt overwhelming are losing their power little by little. This is not because your life has suddenly become perfect, but because your spirit is becoming stronger through the love of Jesus Christ. His presence is not only guiding you, but it is also healing the parts of you that once felt broken and forgotten. There is a gentle shift happening in your heart, and it is teaching you to respond with patience instead of frustration, with faith instead of fear, and with love instead of doubt. These changes may feel small at first, but they are powerful in ways that will become clearer with time. God is shaping your character in silence, and every moment of growth is preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Sometimes, you may look back at your past and feel surprised by how much you have changed without even realizing it. The person who once struggled to find peace is now learning to carry it within, and the person who once felt lost is now slowly finding direction through faith. This is the work of God in your life, and it is happening with care, patience, and deep love. There is a beauty in becoming someone new, especially when that transformation comes from a place of divine love and guidance. You are not being forced into change, but you are being gently invited into a life that reflects truth, kindness, and quiet strength. This invitation is not something to fear, because it is filled with grace and understanding. You may not fully see the final picture of who you are becoming, but you can feel the difference in your spirit, and that feeling is enough to keep moving forward with hope. There is a light growing inside you, and it is beginning to shine in ways that others can sense, even when you do not speak a single word. This light is a reflection of God's presence, and it carries a warmth that brings comfort not only to you, but also to those around you. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. This trust is not about knowing everything that will happen, but about believing that you are being guided by a love that never fails and never leaves. It is about walking forward even when the path is not fully clear, knowing that every step is being watched over with care. There will be moments when you feel like you are standing between who you were and who you are becoming, and those moments may feel uncertain, but they are also filled with quiet beauty. It is in these moments that you learn to let go of the past without fear and to embrace the future with faith. God is not asking you to rush this process, but to trust it, to feel it, and to allow it to unfold naturally. Your heart is learning to rest in ways it never has before, and your mind is beginning to understand that not everything needs to be controlled or explained. There is a peace in surrender, and that peace is becoming a part of who you are. This is not weakness, but strength, because it takes courage to trust in something greater than yourself. The love of Jesus is not distant or unreachable, but it is close, personal, and deeply connected to your journey. It is in the quiet moments, in the gentle thoughts, and in the calm feelings that come without warning. This love is guiding you, shaping you, and reminding you that you are never alone, no matter what you face. As you continue to grow, you will begin to see that this transformation is not just for you, but also for the people who will cross your path. Your peace will inspire others, your strength will encourage others, and your faith will become a light that leads others closer to God. This is the beauty of becoming who you are meant to be, because it not only changes your life, but also touches the lives of those around you. You are stepping into a version of yourself that carries grace in every action, kindness in every word, and faith in every step. This version of you is not something distant or unreachable, but something that is already beginning to take shape within you. It is real, it is present, and it is growing with every passing moment. Even if you do not fully recognize yourself yet, there is a deep knowing inside you that something meaningful is happening. This knowing is not loud, but it is steady, and it is guiding you forward with quiet confidence. God is not finished with you, and He is not rushing your journey, because every step matters, and every moment has purpose. What if the ability to attract greater wealth has been inside your mind all along? Newly revealed CIA-related research describes a brief 7-second routine believed to activate a little-known mental state associated with abundance and achievement. According to reports, the technique was reviewed by multiple neuroscience laboratories and is now being used daily by thousands of people looking to escape financial pressure and create a life filled with freedom, travel, and opportunity. Due to growing attention, access to this information may not remain available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. The person you are becoming is someone who walks with peace, even when life feels uncertain, someone who chooses love, even after experiencing pain, and someone who trusts in God, even when the path ahead is not fully visible. This is your transformation, and it is unfolding exactly as it should, with care, love, and divine guidance. You may notice that your reactions have softened, and the things that once caused you to feel overwhelmed now meet a different version of you, one that carries patience, understanding, and a quiet strength that cannot be easily shaken. This does not mean that challenges have disappeared, but it means that you are no longer facing them the same way, because something inside you has changed in a powerful and peaceful way. There was a time when you tried to control everything, when you held tightly to outcomes, and when uncertainty made your heart feel heavy. But now you are learning to release that need, and in its place, you are finding a sense of freedom that feels both new and deeply comforting. This freedom is not about losing direction, but about trusting that God is leading you in ways that are better than anything you could plan on your own. As this change continues to unfold, you begin to feel a deeper connection to the presence of Jesus Christ, not just as a belief, but as a living guidance that walks with you in every step you take. His love becomes something you feel in your daily life, in your quiet moments, and in the way you carry yourself through both peace and difficulty. There is a gentle awareness growing inside you, and it reminds you that you are no longer the same person who once struggled to find light in dark moments. You are becoming someone who carries that light within, someone who reflects hope even when things are uncertain, and someone who trusts that every moment is part of a greater plan designed with love. Type 222 if you walk by faith. This faith is not something forced, but something that has grown naturally within you, through every experience, every lesson, and every moment where you chose to keep going, even when it felt hard. It is a quiet strength that does not need to prove itself, because it is rooted in something far deeper than the surface of life. You may also begin to notice that your heart feels lighter, not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer carrying the same weight you once did. God has been gently lifting those burdens, one by one, replacing them with peace, clarity, and a sense of purpose that feels steady and real. This process has been quiet, but it has been powerful, and it has been guided with care every step of the way. There is a beauty in this stage of your journey, because it is where you begin to truly see the difference within yourself, not through comparison, but through awareness. You can feel the change in the way you think, the way you respond, and the way you understand your own life. This awareness is not overwhelming, but comforting, because it shows you that you are moving in the right direction. The love of God is not something distant or unreachable, but something that is becoming a living part of who you are. It is shaping your character, guiding your decisions, and reminding you that you are never alone in anything you face. This love is patient, gentle, and constant, and it is leading you into a life that feels more aligned with peace and truth. There will be moments when you pause and reflect on how far you have come, and those moments will fill your heart with a quiet gratitude that cannot always be put into words. You will begin to see that even the difficult times had purpose, and that every step you took was leading you toward this version of yourself. As you continue walking this path, you will find that your trust in God becomes stronger, not because you have all the answers, but because you have experienced His presence in ways that cannot be denied. This trust will carry you through moments of uncertainty, and it will remind you that you are being guided with care and intention. You are becoming someone who no longer fears change, but embraces it, knowing that it is part of growth and transformation. You are learning to let go of what no longer serves your soul, and to welcome what brings you closer to peace, love, and purpose. This is not always easy, but it is always meaningful, and it is always guided by God's love. There is something deeply powerful about becoming who you were always meant to be, especially when that transformation is rooted in faith and guided by divine love. You are not losing yourself, but discovering your true self, the one that carries strength, kindness, and a deep connection to God. As this journey continues, you will begin to feel a quiet confidence growing within you, a confidence that does not come from the world, but from knowing that you are walking in alignment with God's plan for your life. This confidence is calm, steady, and deeply reassuring, and it will guide you through whatever comes next. The person you are becoming is not someone you need to chase, because that person is already forming within you, step by step, moment by moment. God is shaping you with care, and every experience you go through is part of that shaping. As this stillness settles within you, you begin to notice that your thoughts are becoming clearer, and your heart is no longer pulled in so many directions at once. There is a quiet focus forming inside you, and it helps you see things with a deeper understanding that was not there before. You are no longer reacting to life in the same way, because something inside you has become more grounded, more peaceful, and more aligned with God's love. A little-known discovery hidden within leaked CIA research is generating worldwide attention. The technique takes only 7 seconds and is believed to place the brain into a powerful state linked to financial growth and success. Researchers from 4 neuroscience facilities reportedly observed unusual effects connected to this process. Since then, people have shared stories of unexpected income, dream vacations, luxury purchases, and opportunities they never thought possible. Awareness of this method remains limited, and the page revealing it could vanish without warning. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why interest is spreading so quickly. There was a time when noise surrounded your mind, when worries filled your days, and when peace felt distant and hard to reach. But now you are stepping into a different experience. This experience is not based on what is happening around you, but on what is growing within you. The presence of Jesus Christ is becoming a steady guide, leading you through each moment with a calm assurance that everything is unfolding with purpose. Within this journey, there is also a deeper healing taking place, one that reaches into the hidden parts of your heart where pain once stayed quietly. God is gently touching those places, not with force, but with love that understands, love that restores, and love that brings peace where there was once heaviness. This healing is not always visible, but it is deeply real, and it is changing you from the inside out. Type 1111 to receive miracles. These miracles are not always loud or dramatic, but they often appear in the form of peace, clarity, and a sense of calm that replaces what once felt overwhelming. They are moments where you realize that something within you has shifted, and that shift brings a quiet joy that cannot be taken away. You are beginning to understand that this transformation is not just about becoming stronger, but about becoming softer in the most beautiful way. Your heart is learning to feel deeply without fear, and your spirit is learning to trust without needing constant reassurance. This softness is not weakness, but a reflection of God's love working within you. As you continue moving forward, you may notice that your connection with others begins to change as well, because you are no longer approaching life from the same place as before. You carry more patience, more understanding, and more compassion, and these qualities naturally flow into your interactions. This is not something you are trying to do, but something that is happening naturally as you grow. There is also a quiet courage forming inside you, one that allows you to face situations with calmness rather than fear. This courage does not need to be loud or visible, because it lives quietly within your spirit, guiding your actions and supporting you in ways that feel steady and reassuring. It reminds you that you are not alone, and that God is with you in every step you take. In this stage of your journey, you begin to realize that your worth is not based on what you achieve or what others think of you, but on the love that God has placed within you from the very beginning. This realization brings a deep sense of peace, because it frees you from the need to prove yourself and allows you to simply be who you are meant to be. You are becoming someone who moves through life with a gentle confidence, someone who trusts in the process, and someone who carries a quiet strength that cannot be shaken by temporary challenges. This version of you is not distant or unreachable, but something that is already alive within you, growing with every moment. There may still be days when you feel uncertain, but even in those moments, there is a part of you that remains calm, a part of you that knows that everything is being guided with care. This calmness is a gift, and it is a sign that your faith is becoming stronger, deeper, and more rooted in truth. The love of Jesus is not only guiding you, but also shaping the way you see the world, helping you find beauty in simple moments, and reminding you that even the smallest things can carry deep meaning. This perspective is part of your transformation, and it brings a sense of joy that feels gentle and lasting. As you continue this journey, you will begin to see that every step you have taken has been leading you to this moment, where you can stand with a sense of peace that comes from within. You are no longer searching for something outside of yourself, because you are beginning to understand that what you need has been growing within you all along. The person you are becoming is someone who lives with intention, someone who listens to the quiet guidance of God, and someone who trusts that every moment holds purpose. This person is filled with grace, with understanding, and with a love that reflects the presence of Jesus in a natural and beautiful way. There is a deep sense of fulfillment waiting for you, and it is not something that comes from reaching a certain point, but something that grows as you continue to walk this path with faith and trust. This fulfillment is not loud or overwhelming, but quiet, steady, and deeply comforting. You may begin to notice that your heart now seeks peace more than anything else, and that you are drawn toward what feels calm, kind, and meaningful, rather than what feels heavy or uncertain. This is not a coincidence, but a reflection of the transformation happening within you, as God gently aligns your desires with His love. There is a softness in your spirit that allows you to feel deeply without becoming overwhelmed, and this balance brings a sense of stability that feels both new and comforting. There was a time when you searched for answers in many places, hoping to find clarity and direction, but now you are beginning to understand that the guidance you need has been within you all along, quietly placed there by God. This understanding brings a deep sense of reassurance, because it reminds you that you are never lost, even in moments when the path ahead is not fully clear. Some are calling this one of the most remarkable wealth discoveries ever revealed. Newly uncovered CIA files describe a simple 7-second brainwave technique believed to help recondition the mind for prosperity and abundance. Supported by findings reportedly reviewed by 4 neuroscience research centers, this daily practice is attracting attention from people seeking financial breakthroughs. Many claim it helped them move from financial struggle to greater stability, freedom, and success. Information surrounding this technique is becoming harder to locate online. Click the link in the description and comments below before it is gone. As this awareness grows, you begin to experience a deeper trust in the timing of your life, and you no longer feel the need to rush or force things to happen. There is a gentle patience forming within you, and it allows you to move forward with confidence, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This patience is not about waiting without hope, but about trusting with peace. Type yes to affirm. This affirmation is not about convincing yourself of something, but about recognizing the truth that is already growing within your heart. It is about acknowledging that you are being guided, supported, and loved in ways that go beyond what you can see. You may also begin to notice that your perspective on life is changing, and that you are able to see situations with more understanding and compassion. Things that once felt overwhelming now feel manageable, and challenges that once felt heavy now feel like opportunities for growth. This shift in perspective is a sign of your transformation, and it reflects the presence of God working within you. There is a quiet joy that begins to rise within your spirit, a joy that is not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in the peace you feel inside. This joy is gentle, steady, and deeply comforting, and it reminds you that true happiness comes from a place of connection with God. It is a joy that stays with you, even in moments when life feels uncertain. As you continue on this path, you may find that your relationships begin to reflect the change within you, and that you approach others with more kindness, patience, and understanding. This is not something you are trying to do, but something that naturally flows from the transformation happening in your heart. Your presence becomes a source of comfort for others, and your peace becomes something they can feel. There is also a growing sense of clarity within you, a clarity that helps you understand what truly matters and what can be gently released. You are learning to let go of what no longer aligns with your spirit, and to embrace what brings you closer to peace, love, and purpose. This clarity is not overwhelming, but calm and steady, guiding you with quiet confidence. You are becoming someone who listens more deeply, not only to others, but also to the gentle guidance within your own heart. This listening allows you to move through life with intention, and it helps you make choices that feel aligned with your true self. This is a powerful part of your transformation, because it connects you more deeply with who you are meant to be. There may still be moments when you feel unsure, but even in those moments, there is a part of you that remains steady, a part of you that trusts in the process and in the love of God. This steadiness is a gift, and it is something that will continue to grow as you move forward. You are no longer searching for something outside of yourself, because you are beginning to understand that what you need has been growing within you all along. The person you are becoming is someone who lives with grace, who carries peace, and who reflects the love of God in a natural and gentle way. This person is not distant or unreachable, but something that is already forming within you, step by step. As this awakening grows, you begin to see yourself with a new kind of clarity, one that is not shaped by past mistakes or old fears, but by the love that God has placed within you from the very beginning. There is a softness in the way you look at your own life now, and this softness allows you to release the weight of judgment and embrace a deeper sense of acceptance and peace. You may notice that your thoughts are becoming more gentle, and that your inner voice is no longer harsh or critical, but kind, patient, and understanding. This change is not something you forced, but something that has grown naturally as you have allowed God's presence to guide your heart. It is a reflection of the healing that has been quietly taking place within you. There was a time when you felt disconnected from yourself, when you struggled to understand your place in the world, and when the path ahead seemed uncertain and unclear. But now there is a growing sense of direction within you. This direction is not based on external signs, but on an inner knowing that you are being guided with care and intention. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. This trust is becoming a steady foundation in your life, allowing you to move forward with confidence even when the future is not fully visible. It is a quiet assurance that you are not alone, and that every step you take is being supported by a love that never fails. For years, people have wondered why some individuals seem to attract wealth and opportunity more easily than others. Leaked CIA research may offer an unexpected explanation. A hidden 7-second mental exercise is helping ordinary people develop a stronger prosperity-focused mindset from home. Reports suggest that 4 neuroscience labs evaluated the process and observed unusual results. Users describe paying off debts, making long-desired purchases, and experiencing a greater sense of financial confidence. This information may not remain public for much longer. Click the link in the description and comments now to discover the technique before it disappears. There is a deeper sense of peace settling into your heart, and it is changing the way you experience each day. You are no longer searching for constant reassurance because you are beginning to feel secure within yourself, grounded in the love of God. This peace is not temporary, but something that grows stronger with time.